Hello everyone and welcome back to Aussie Starcraft, where we're casting the semi-finals for WCS Korea Season 2. The map is of course Akilon Waste, and top left hand corner we have as the blue Terran Bomber, and in the bottom right hand corner, keeping the Protoss hopes alive for this tournament, is Rain. Now we've cast some of both these players on the channel here before, so I think you're pretty familiar with their play styles and their recent successes, both in this tournament and on ladder. So we have Bomber playing on the top left hand side. Now some of the games we've cast recently from Bomber include some of his success against Zerg and a few other of his great matchups from this tournament. Bomber has indeed been having an excellent season too, absolutely demolishing most of his opponents in straight sets. Now Bomber plays a phenomenal style of Terran, where he goes a very heavy macro mode onto 2 to 3 bases, and then just streams an almost, frequently back-breaking amount of biomine at his enemy's base until he's able to break and cut off their mining and then just decimate their base wholesale. We've seen him do it with great success against Zerg players in the past, so it'll be interesting to see how he fares against Rain in this matchup. This is of course a TVP. Rain is the last Protoss remaining in the WCS Korea Season 2, with the semi-finals featuring 3 Terran and 1 Protoss. So we saw Maru and Innovations semi-final series as the last games we cast, and so this is the remainder of that round of 4. So the winner of this game will indeed play Maru for the grand finals. It's a best of 7 series, so first player to win 4 games will take the set. We can see some shenanigans going on over at Bomber's base. We have this probe making a bit of a nuisance of itself, trying to take out this SCV that's building the command center on the low ground. Barracks on the way for Bomber, pretty standard opening from him. Rain throwing down a pylon over here. It'd be interesting to see if that's for spotting drops, or if he indeed plans to hide some tech over there later on. Nexus going down for Rain as well, obviously not wanting to fall behind Bomber's macro mode. Now we've seen quite a bit out of both of these players. They're both very familiar with each other's playstyle, having played against each other on ladder and watching each other's success through the stages of this tournament. Rain's probably fairly aware that Bomber does indeed like to drop that third CC quite quickly, and get into a nice macro stride. Oh, drone's so close to taking out this SCV. The assassin drone, the assassin probe's trying to make it into the base, but this Marine will shut that down. And our hard-working SCV returns to work. A warp gate on the way now. Probes have been being chrono boosted out so far. Wouldn't be surprised to see a mothership core fairly shortly out of Rain. He tends to favour the mothership core early on for some quick defense. Indeed, there it is. A fairly standard opening from Rain here. Fairly quick on both geysers, so we'll see if he plans to do anything with that excess gas, whether it might be some Stargate shenanigans with some oracles being quite effective against Terran as opposed to Zerg, and or it could in fact be for some Dark Templar. So we'll see what Rain has in store for us there. Just like to take a moment to thank everyone who's subscribed and commented on our recent videos. We really appreciate you taking the time to give that feedback, whether it's positive or negative. After all, it's a community effort, and we love knowing what you guys think of the videos, and it helps us to improve and change things moving forward. Have discovered a few problems with the settings, so we're going to try and change those just to improve the quality of the audio, and do a few things to hopefully make it a bit of a better viewing experience for you. Have a robo finishing up now for Rain with his observer on the way. Try to keep an eye on the Terran, get an idea or a feel for when they're moving out. First tech lab on the way now for Bomber, probably a Stimpack or combat shield upgrade out of that. Does have the gas for it now, so we'll see if he throws that down. Yeah, indeed it's going to be Stimpack. And we have our first engineering bay on the way. You can see a Twilight Council and a Forge going down behind the mineral line. So might well see some Blink Stalkers coming up, or that might just be to transition later on to High Templar. We've seen Rain in this tournament do quite well against Terran, popping out a quick Colossus or two and following that up with a very quick High Templar. So we'll see if he has similar plans for this series, or if he intends to mix it up a little bit. Quite a lot of Marines on the field now. If we check the income tab, it is quite even, 48 probes to 40 SCVs. You can see that's the result of Rain chrono boosting those out earlier on, just trying to stay neck and neck with the Terran's ability to mule. If we go into the units tab, we find it is actually 21 SCVs to 2 sentries and a mothership core, so not a whole lot on the field as of yet for Rain, playing quite greedy with his macro, making sure he can try and keep up with the Terran in the mid game. We have a Warp Prism moving out, so likely some Warp Prism harass going to commence along the back of this base here, but we can see Bomber is in fact dropping a few supply depots to get him some additional sight back there. This Observer making its way through the base. I'd be surprised if Bomber hasn't spotted that, so we'll see if he plans to scan and take that out, or whether it goes on undetected for now. Another proxy pylon on the way, and the Warp Prism's moved out and is warping in some Zealots. This will be so it can drop those and then go into warp mode and warp in a few extras just to do a bit more damage with that first hit. Oh, we do in fact have the Templar Archives on the way, down behind the Natural, with Storm already on the way, so we may well see Rain bypass Colossus completely and go straight into production of those High Templar. Note, we've got some Templar warping into Archon. That'd be because he sees this Bio Ball moving out without Storm on the way. Could be in a good deal of trouble here. Medivacs here supporting this army. He can pick up and Doom drop into the main. We have a Warp Prism dropping Zealots in the main base with all of his bio moving out. This could in fact be quite catastrophic for Bomber's production. Likely force Bomber into an all or nothing push here on the Natural now. Big stim from the Marines and Marauders. Will the Photon Overcharge on the Nexus be enough to shut this down? It is picking off Marine after Marine. 3 kills on the Nexus. Archon raking the kills with his splash damage. Some nice force fields helping keep those Marines and Marauders off this base. Another warp in the main base. These Zealots are continuing to harass. Warp Prism sitting behind the Natural, pushing with the Marines and Marauders. Can he hold? Probes being pulled off the line. Try and buy these units a few extra crucial shots. Nexus up to 11 kills here, almost 12 kills. 12 kills, 13 kills on the Nexus, 14 kills. This Nexus is almost single-handedly holding the line, keeping the Protoss hopes and dreams alive. Another stim, and in-bomber comes, planning to end this here and now. His main base production mining has been disrupted heavily by those Warp Prism harass, and it looks like Rain will hold it, and this is bad news for Bomber. Marines and Marauders able to clean up those Zealots, but heavy damage in the mineral line. We do see that 10 and 14 workers have been killed respectively. Rain really needs to get in a High Templar or two to storm and get some cost efficiency in these engagements. If we check out the units lost, we can indeed see it favouring our Terran here. Another stimmed Immortal now firing away, able to start picking up those kills. A few force fields to help funnel these units at the ramp. Archon doing great splash damage as well. Another Archon almost getting taken out as he warps in. More Marines, Marauders, and SCVs pulled off the line as well. This could be it for Rain. Probes coming off the line as well. Archon's getting great splash damage here. 4 kills for 1, 7 for another. Nice time warp from the mothership core. If we look at the income tab, we can see that it's about even because these probes keep getting pulled off the line. But Bomber committing very heavily to this play. It's all or nothing here for our Terran player. Can he picking off that Archon's a big pickup. This Archon's an instructor up to 10 kills, 11 kills. Every shot he gets is massive, and if he goes down, focus firing that Archon could win this for Bomber. Immortal up to 6 kills now, stimming back and forth. These medevacs are just doing so much. Oh, big storm, money storms there. The medevacs go down. Is this enough to hold? Can he hold here? Will Zarkon make it in time? It is so close for Rain. Oh. More Marines, Marauder reinforcements coming down. An action-packed game here at the 14-minute mark. Rain really needs enough to hold off for long enough for another Photon overcharge. An overcharge would see him hold us, but these Marauders, the Marauder slow, picking apart this Protoss force, stimming back and forward, just wearing these guys down, trying to focus down the Archon, and another Archon goes down. This Marauder slow, and this is what makes Bomber such a great play. An upgrade that we quite often see pro players go without, but Bomber picking that up, it's just made all the difference here in a low econ game, able to pick off these units as the Marauders kite back and forward, and looks like this expansion will go down, and game 1 of this series will go to Bomber. And there we have it, Rain GG's out of the game. What an excellent game from Bomber, pulling his SCVs as we've seen him do before to gain himself just that vital extra couple of shots with those key units. What an excellent game from Bomber, and a great hold from Rain. So very close there. It came down to just one or two volleys from each side, and Bomber will take this game number 1. So we hope you enjoyed it. We will see you momentarily in game number 2. Can Rain make a comeback and even this series, or will Bomber increase his lead and progress towards the finals of WCS Korea Season 2? Find out next time at Aussie Starcraft.